VX Dave with his 4th consecutive pole position there on the right of our screens. We look at it, but look at the fast starting BMW of DTI Dave. He flies into the lead, but it's Stig, who started, I think, 7th position, who's challenging for 2nd place. Never mind that, he might be challenging for the lead as we head in towards turn 1. Look at that start, and then just behind we can see Mark and Bareback side by side. VX Dave trying to get up the inside, can't quite do it. Goes to the outside, Stiggy cuts across the inside. VX Dave back up to 2nd place, but it's everybody else behind. Mark gets past Stiggy, Bareback gets past Stiggy, and quite a few of them coming past now. It's so difficult to keep up. Apex, who didn't get a qualifying lap, is already up to 11th. He's taken 1 position already, and he'll be looking to take up more on this opening lap. One of the extra cars running a little bit into the corner there, and there's perhaps a smidge of contact. There's Stig. So Stig has recovered to 9th, but he lost a heap of places. I think he might have got a track limits penalty there. And out in front is DTI Dave in the BMW. This is the 2nd race this year that he has led. He'll be hoping to actually hold on to it this time. Obviously that bad luck at Sugo with the spin. And in the background it's everybody else fighting. There is Danny, one of the championship contenders, in 6th place at the moment, just behind Lee, who's having a fantastic run actually. Lee in 5th place, shout out to Lee. And actually Mark in 4th place, but 3rd place as it is at the moment. Under pressure from Bareback as they head into the right-hander, and Mark's got the line for Bareback very quick and straight, and he's got a good exit there. Is that going to be enough to see him down there? And in the background Apex has made up another position, he's up to 10th place, and it's everybody else in the middle of the pack at the moment. Bareback can't quite get a run on Mark, so Mark actually with some pretty good straight line speed. Del Sport making the move, I think, with Cordless. Cordless tries to get back up the inside. There's a touch, but he gives space, and Del's back up the inside. So no advantage gained there by Cordless. It looks fair and fair. And here comes Apex. Can he make up a position or 2 here? Cordless goes very deep. Apex gets a lovely line. Here we go, springing out the corner. Lovely line, and he's going to now follow up alongside. We go on board with Apex as we try and chase down these guys. Apex is quite quick in the straight lines, had a look at him toe there, but Delsport really late on the brakes. Apex nice and gentle on the brakes, and that might give a bit of a better exit as we leave the corner now. On board with VX Dave, the teammate of Apex, and he is really putting DTI Dave under pressure for this win. He's had 4 wins already so far this season. Could this be win number 5? That Renault looking really good in the corners at the moment, and we know that DTI Dave has his car set up fairly slow on the straights. Look at the turn-in on the front of that Renault at the moment. Whether he'll be able to hold on to that with the tyre wear around this track and the hot tyres, who knows, but really good at the moment. And we just missed Lee getting past Mark, so that's really good to see. And we have also missed in the background, there was unfortunately an incident involving Bareback and Danny, we understand. So Danny with a really battered car now. The championship contender, really out of contention in this one, running in 11th now. And I think Dell was involved as well, so there's damage to those cars. Bareback's managed to continue. Lots of damage on the front end of that car, you can see. But we've missed all of the action there. That's unfortunate. But needless to say, it's still very close out front. DTI Dave has managed to pull a little bit more on VX Dave. There's half a second between the 2 Daves at the moment. And Lee in a fine 3rd at the moment. Look at this. Trying to battle off Mark, his good friend Mark, and Stiggy, who's having an absolutely superb run. And Mark tries to go up the inside. It's almost 3 abreast as they come into the final complex. Look how close this is. And it's getting close out front again as well. There's just a couple of tenths between the race leaders. You just can't watch everywhere in this race. There is action throughout at the moment, and look at the exit from VX Dave. Now this is critical because we know how quick the Renaults are on the straight compared to at least DTI Dave's BMW. We know Stig's BMW is really set up for the straight line, but DTI Dave not quite as much. And VX Dave, is he going to manage to get an overlap? I think he is. They both give each other room. This is excellent driving. DTI Dave stays ahead, but he runs in a little bit deep. VX Dave tries to go around the outside, which gives him the inside for the next corner. He's almost over the track limits. Knocks a cone, and he's just about, has he taken the lead? I don't know. It's so close between the 2, and he just nips in front there. Just nips in front. So for the time being, VX Dave takes the lead. this race has led every race so far this season at some point, but some of them haven't worked out, so let's see if this one does this time. But VX Dave out in the lead, DTI Dave in a really good second place. Even a second place would be DTI Dave's best finish so far this season, I think. He's had has had a couple of podiums there already, so doing a really good job in the BMW. Lee, an excellent third place as it stands at the moment, and pulling away some, but it's these two that are worth watching now. We've got Mark and Stig, and actually we've got Apex just not much further behind. I think we're just going to watch, and Stig makes a move on the inside into the hairpin. Yes, cleanly does it, and lovely room given by Mark. But we're going to go on board with Apex now, who's really been on the move. This man doesn't like to make it easy for himself, and he is the leader of the Forever Forward Championship, and he's really showing why. Look at the overtakes he's managed to pull. Oh, and there's contact! That was, I think that was a little bit unfortunate. Mark was deep into the corner. Apex sensed that opportunity, and before he knew it, Mark was back there again. It was, yeah, a little bit unfortunate, that one. It might have given a little bit of front-end damage on Apex, but nothing too unfair, I don't think, there. Out in front, VX Dave has managed to get DTI Dave a little bit at the moment, so they're not really worth watching. Further back, Cordless and Sammy having a good dice there. Look, Sammy having a really good run actually. He's had some impressive finishes recently, and this one going well as well. And actually the two-tone green Renaults, just looking further back, got Bareback, and we've got Extreme Beef. So Bareback, he's been contender for a few races so far this season, hasn't yet won a race, and his teammate coming up alongside. Well, there's no surprises there with the amount of damage on board the green car of Bareback, and Simon straight through, so good move by Simon on his teammate there. Going back with Apex, because we know there was this battle, and we saw Apex get past Mark earlier, and we also saw Stig get past Mark as well. So now Stig is chasing down Lee, and he wants that podium position. Neither of these guys have had podium so far, and you can see how much both of them want it. Look at that. Mark getting a really good exit out in the straight though, but Stig's BMW set up quite differently to his teammate. Stig has got a lot of straight line. I don't think it's going to be quite enough this time, and we're going to go on board with that BMW. Just to give you an idea, a little bit of slipstream, he's not really caught too much there. Lee goes a little bit deep, but Stig can't capitalise. Stig also goes a little bit deep. What about just behind? We've got Apex. I think Apex is under a little bit of pressure himself from Mark, so none of these guys able to make a move on each other at the moment, but really good driving between them all. Lee really defensive from Stig, and the two Daves out front. Well, VX Dave can't gap DTI Dave anymore. The gap is hovering at around a second, which is that's not really going up or down. I suspect the tyres are probably past their best on the Renault now, having looked so sharp in the corners early on. Not able to do anything with it now. Further back, we said about Sammy. Look, Sammy put Cordless under pressure. Cordless last year's runner-up, and he's not having his best run at this circuit. It's not going too badly, but he's some way off the rest of the pack, and at 7th place is probably not what he was aiming for in this particular one. But look at this battle, this contest for 3rd place. Oh my goodness, it's so close. And I mean, who do you want to bet on out of these four at this stage? You've got to think Apex might fancy himself a podium contender on the last lap. From 12th on the grid, this man has got from 12th to 5th in the blue and yellow emoji car, and he is knocking on the door of a 4th or perhaps even a 3rd position. Look at them all curb hopping as they head into this really tough left-hander. This is the hardest corner on the track, and it gets worse and worse as the race drags on. Everybody's running a little bit wide. Stiggy makes a small mistake, has to put the brakes on. Apex is up alongside, but he's on the wrong side of the track. Stiggy's gone wrong again. Oh no, it's all gone wrong for Stig just there. And where's he going to rejoin? So Apex up the 4th position. He's made up another position. Lee in 3rd, Apex 4th, Mark in 5th at the moment. And this is great stuff. Out in front, DTI Dave has managed to bring down the lead to VX Dave, although it's just gone back up a smidge again. Still hovering around that 1 second. Apex yeah, Apex really putting the pressure on now. Can he take that podium position? And it's so close between these guys. This is the final lap. We've got just a few corners to go. He's so close. From 12th on the grid. Is he going to try a move? Is he going to try a cut back perhaps? This last section really, really technical, but Lee keeping it really, really tidy. Look at that, excellent driving. And as they head up to the line, it's VX Dave's 5th win of the season in the Team Emochi blue and yellow car. It's DTI Dave in a fantastic second place. He'll be really chuffed with that, but I think he wanted to win this time. And it's everybody else for third place. Apex goes to the inside, coming out of the last corner, can't quite do it. And I think, yeah, Apex and Mark have both got track limits infringements, so Stiggy will actually move up to 4th in the final results, despite finishing 6th on the final running. Cordless 7th, Sammy an excellent 8th there. Bareback 9th, and his teammate Simon perhaps let him through towards the end there, finishes 10th. And then I'm afraid out of the running is Dell and Brave, unfortunately, with a DNF.